So I think we can all agree that this episode of Boruto gave us just a small tidbit of a reveal, really, just like how pretty much all of these Boruto episodes have been, just giving us small little reveals and hints as to what this, investigation could be containing in, like who exactly, who is possessing these people to take away their chakra, why exactly are, they doing this in the first place, and just, just the slice of life sort of nature that is this series going about, as we see, like, pretty much in the whole entirety of this episode, just Boruto and his friends making postal deliveries, while also trying their very best to investigate the investigation that is currently going on. And we learn some things along the way, especially from Sai, what we saw from last week's episode, that there is a Earth-style user, but we just do not know who yet. Well, in this episode, we actually finally see the person who is actually involved with this investigation, but we do not know for sure on who that is. However, this person that is actually involved in this investigation is involved within the Danzo Foundation, and I guess is bringing the revival of it, so to speak, because after, part 2 of Naruto Shippuden, Danzo died. However, there were still members within the Foundation, supposedly, and one of those members is bringing about its revival. Now, apparently, this individual has been taking other people's chakra. And as we saw in the hospital scene with Boruto and Naruto there, as Naruto is trying to make it quite clear to Boruto that, this is something that kids should not be getting into. This person right here was almost depleted of all of, his chakra. And as we know in Naruto, if somebody is depleted from their chakra, like entirely, they are pretty much dead. Chakra is the life force and also the energy force of what makes the characters in Boruto. And if all of it were to be depleted from the body, the person would no longer exist. They'll pretty much be dead, okay? So, Boruto, while he understands this at the same time, he is still at the immature level into which, he knows that, he wants to prove himself to his father and to other people in general that he can actually, help during the investigation. However, his father will not allow that. And for, his own sake. So this is really nothing new that we have seen. I mean, pretty much, Boruto has always been this rebellious kid towards his father. He wants to prove him right. All pretty much, Boruto, wants is just attention from his father. He wants to be treated just like others have treated him, that he could be the very best as well. But regarding the whole Danzo thing, it seems that Sai is also playing a role into this, as he is someone who is from the Danzo Foundation. So, if anything, Sai could probably pick up on a few leads as to who this individual might be. When it comes to Mitsuki in this episode, though, like, Mitsuki, he could have stopped the individual from escaping. As we saw as the episode played out towards the end, all of the kids were trying their very best in order to catch this individual. However, only Mitsuki was able to actually get, close enough to the individual. However, Mitsuki just let him go. Obviously, there is something going on with Mitsuki, as we have seen in the previous episodes of Boruto, that, there's been something that's going on with him, as he's been secretly communicating with another individual, who I possibly believe could be Orochimaru. I mean, it just kind of makes sense. You have Orochimaru, and you have the Danzo Foundation. I kind of see exactly where, this is going, but, at the same time, this could be something else entirely. I have no idea, but we do know that Mitsuki is definitely a suspicious individual. As cool as Mitsuki is, he's still suspicious to this whole investigation that is going about. Obviously, he has something to do with it. And of course, at the last portion of this episode, we see that apparently it has been revealed as to what exactly is going down in the investigation, why exactly these users are taking people's chakra, and that is to revive, I guess, a Jinchuriki called Nu, okay? N-U-E. Now, let me show you guys what Nu is. Or more so, describe it, I should say. Anyway, Nu is apparently a mythical Japanese monster from folklore. Basically, Nu is a legendary creature found in Japanese folklore and is described as having the head of a monkey, the body of a raccoon or dog, a raccoon dog, which in Japan they call a tanuki there, the legs of a tiger, and a snake for a tail. According to the legend, a Nu can transform into a black cloud and fly. Kind of like how we have been seeing this black sword of mist or black cloud of chakra possess its way into people. So, there's a connection that we can make right there. Due to its appearance, it is sometimes referred to as a Japanese chimera. Nu are supposed to be the bringers of misfortune and illness. I mean, obviously, seeing the people in the village going through this misfortune and illness, I mean, there's another connection we can make right there. And also, the physical embodiment of what the Nu, was shown to be in the episode kind of relates to how, the Nu sort of looks at the end of this episode. So, that is kind of cool. I like how they're bringing in, another sort of, mythical creature from their folklore, into the series. That's cool. Is it a Jinchuriki? I'm assuming so, because usually monsters in Boruto are technically considered Jinchuriki, but at the same time, this could just be a revival of some other monster that might not even be a Jinchuriki. But if I know Naruto, then this possibly could be a Jinchuriki. So that is kind of cool as to what exactly Nu is. Now, this is the biggest question that I have. At the end, it is stated that our truest wish is to come true very, very soon, or is drawing very, very near. What exactly is the reason behind as to why they're reviving this Nu creature? Why, okay? We do know that, apparently they are trying to revive a Jinchuriki by stealing other people's chakra, kind of like how we saw in part 2 of Naruto Shippuden, when Gaara's chakra was being extracted in order to transfer into a revival of, the other Jinchuriki itself. So, this is kind of, tied in with all of that. It's more or less the same. So, why exactly are they bringing this monster back? Why exactly are they bringing back Nu back? That is the only question I have. We do know that they want to revive him for a specific reason, but as to what that reason is, we don't really know. And the investigation really doesn't help entirely when it comes down to how Boruto can see these things due to his Tenseigan given to Tonari Otsutsuki, from what it seems like. But when it comes to his friends do believe him to a certain extent and are willing to help him out. However, explaining something like this to the adults, the Tenseigan, especially when it's not related to the same bloodline as the Uzumakis, and as we know, you can only get the Tenseigan if you are actually related to the Otsutsuki bloodline. So, this is what makes it very difficult for Boruto to actually explain it to his father, and if his father can obviously not see this, it makes it just that much harder to believe. He can't simply just put his trust in his son, because his son is young. And so, rightfully so, Naruto is obviously questionable as to, whether his son is just trying to play a game or not, no matter how serious Boruto is, because either way, he doesn't want his son getting hurt. But, I mean, that's pretty much it for the overall episode. We got a few hints throughout the other episodes, and we also got kind of like a reveal that technically the enemies that are trying to possess chakra from people are trying to bring about the revival of a Jinchuriki, most likely called Nu. So, that is one thing that we definitely should look out for. It definitely seems like we are progressing slowly now into the investigation, because the past few episodes have been just like kind of recently. Last week's episode we did get some reveals, so that was good, and we also got some reveals in this episode regarding the investigation. So slowly but surely we should be getting to, I guess, the big reveal for this arc. But I just hope that when it comes down to the last few episodes of this arc, or at least to where we actually see the reveal, from then on, the episodes will get a little bit more fast-paced, because honestly, to be honest with you, while I do enjoy Boruto to a certain extent. It has been quite a snooze fest as of recent. And it's already been 11 episodes in. So can we just try to speed up the progression just a little bit? I know you're trying to build up to this big moment, but if you give me something at the very end to the reveal that isn't executed as to how it should be, then it's not really going to be that worth it in the end. So hopefully they execute this correctly. Hopefully they speed up the process of the investigation and towards the reveal, because I want to see some action going down. You know, we've been receiving just a little bit of it, you know, and while I know that action doesn't make a story, it's just something that I think we should at least push in order to drive the story forward. There's just been a little bit too much slice of life going on when it comes to Boruto, but I don't know, that's just me. Let me know your overall thoughts in the comments down below. Be sure to give this video a like if you enjoyed it. Hit that red subscribe button down below, and you will never miss a video from me if you want to stay updated to my future content. So yeah, definitely let me know your thoughts in the comments down below as to what you thought about this episode. Why exactly do you think they are reviving the Jinchuriki new? Let me know your thoughts. Peace.